त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला
Joy and? Oh, very simple, you know. Joy and? Oh, very simple, you know. Joy doesn't have a double thing like happiness and unhappiness. Joy is absolute. Is absolute. It is thoughtless. It's fulfillment. Happiness is always shadowed by unhappiness. It's the double coin stuff. See, double faces of a coin. Happiness will be followed by unhappiness, unhappiness by happiness. It's a relative terminology. But joy is absolute. Absolute. It's beyond thought. It's bliss. Contentment can be relative still. But it's all that in one. Joy is where you do not ask anything anymore. Just there. It just emits there. Just emits. You don't want anything, it just goes. Overflowing. It has nothing to do with your rationality. Cannot be perceived through a rationality. Beyond, you just feel it.
Is that because it's a tendency or a negative entity?
You see, if you get angry within yourself, and if you are sure that you are not doing anything wrong, for a Sahaja Yogi, there is no need to say outside you are angry. There's no need. That anger itself is a power. And you should do your bandhan and anything that you want to do. But you should not show that you are angry. You should be absolutely silent because you can be. You are in the axis. You are not on the periphery. Actually, the anger is just to see your anger and use that anger for that purpose. And once you start doing that, that anger will itself work out. That anger will itself work out the person. And you'll be amazed how it, but you must learn to see your anger that is working. All these things are important. You have seen that sometimes only shouting at the bhoots, they go away. And many mad people have been cured like that. But you don't do all that. That's for me. You must be always decent with decorum and all that. But if the anger is because of your nature or a tendency or out of control, then it's a bad thing. If it is an out of control, then it's a bad thing. If you get into a temper because it is out of control, then it's a bad thing. I can get very angry, but I'm completely under control. I know why I'm angry, where the bhoot is, how he's running away, I can see it. But you can't see the bhoot, you can't see anything. So there is no need for you to get angry, show temper. But if you have an anger, say for example, which makes you uncontrollable, then there is a mantra for that. Shanti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsita. You must ask for that bliss, for that peace. This is a mantra for you. For controlling your temper, you have to tell yourself, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsita. So Shanti is the point, the axis point is that. From where you witness everything, you are in Shanti. You are in complete, you are not in a turmoil, even if you are angry. You are not in a turmoil. Whatever is angry is the power, and the power is taking charge. But unless and until that is achieved, what you have to do is to put yourself in a position that you are peaceful. So I think that's a very good mantra, is to say, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. Can you say that?
For an artist who is a Sahaja Yogi, what means to create a piece of art?
The piece of art must emit vibrations. It does not emit, that means that there's something wrong. And going for something higher subjects, like Kundalini, like the expression of Kundalini, the colors of Kundalini, and into another world. You have to move into that world. Like you can see, we have so many artists. For example, you can say Blake. And for a Sahaja Yogi, it should be a kind of a beautiful integration of the gross and the abstract, or realistic and abstract, you can say. And little bit of impressionism. That's how you should try to integrate all of them. They express one style. Sahaja Yogi has no style because he knows how to mix up, how to integrate. But certain colors like black should be avoided. But the pastel colors, if they are mixed with black, give it a depth to the pastel colors. Pastel. Huh?
Perhaps you can see the beauty because you're the artist.
I'm the artist and I'm the art. But what about you? Who are you? You are the one who is created, and you can create and you can become the artist. That's what I'm saying. That you are not only the light, but the light that will give light to others. And also you will sustain that light which you have given light. This is the difference now between you and other people. Not that only you will be an artist, but you will enjoy the art of the artist. This is what you have got. You don't know, you are not aware of your powers. It's a dynamic thing which has happened to you, which you should take to. But our attention is on from where the dirt is coming, where the filth is coming, where the ugliness is there. If your attention is on ugliness, people tell me this was ugly. I said, I didn't see. I just saw the way the elephant was standing, you see. The way he has pulled up his leg and he was raising his trunks. I never saw the dirt part of it. Where was it? At the back of it. I said, I never went on the back. If your attention is on even description of a person, ask a person, how is he? He's, little funny points will come to your head. Even the photographers I've seen, they will only take photograph when you are in a funny way. See, when your face is little turned round. It's a seeking after ugliness, seeking after mistakes, seeking after something wrong. All the time, if you do like this, you cannot be a happy person. All the time to try to find out defects and faults and mistakes and dirt and ugliness. You are in for trouble. You're asking for it. Like a person was saying, there are 3-4 ditches in this place. I said, did you jump into one of them? Better jump in. So once for all, you don't see any other ditch. You don't see the plain grounds. You're just seeing the ditches for what? The same thing can look ugly to a person who is of that kind of an attitude, who wants to see everything ugly. Try your attitudes. Try to see good in others. Try to see, may not be it. I'm not saying for other people, but I'm saying at least for Sahajogis, you can do it. Try to see good in them. What good they have done to Sahaja, what you owe to them, how to get along with them. Why not see the good of them? By giving them encouragement, by being good to them, you are helping Sahaja. But you want to help your ego because you are very wise. So then only, by appreciating another person, only you have better relationship. This is a very simple fact.
MATAJI, can you say something about maintaining our attention so that it stays where it should and doesn't get diverted into trivial things?
Rustam has asked a very practical question. It's true that to keep the attention where it should be. You see, for everything, you have to do some exercise, abhyas. Not before realization, after realization. The best way is to learn how to watch yourself. Just start sitting here. Just put yourself into a position from where you watch yourself. Now, what am I doing? This is the abhyas. This is the study. Apart from mantras, apart from anything, the abhyas is the practice. Practice of becoming a witness. And the witness is the spirit state. Then attention will not go. You will see everything. It's there. Attention will be inside. Try to practice this. Am I a witness? Now say, some people say, oh God, I had a horrible time. This happened, that happened. See, you are not a witness. How can you have a horrible time if you are the spirit? You only have a horrible time when you are not the spirit. If you can watch the whole thing as a drama that is played, then you are not having a horrible time. But this outside of you is having a horrible time which you are watching. That's how the attention can be fixed very well. If you practice abhyas, practice all the time to be witness. Say you go out, you see something, just try to see it, not to think about it. Be a witness of the whole thing. The joy will be complete, and also you will become absolutely peaceful. Your attention will be completely enlightened. And then the inspiration you will get will be tremendous. See, it's working out. Working out. Try to watch. And it has such a tremendous memory if you know how to watch. I mean, to me, if I see something, to me, it's just like a film in my mind. If I have seen this room, now I know what is in this design, everything. How you are sitting, what pose you have taken, how you wear, what was it. Everything is like a design. It comes to me just like a picture. Absolutely. Not of this life, but of lives. Because that's a recording system that records best. If there are thoughts, it's like something in between. You see, now he's trying to record me on the film. And if there's something in between moving, nothing will come in. But when there is nothing in between and you are just seeing through, you are recording everything that is important. Moreover, you'll be amazed you don't record unimportant things. Like for people now, they go to a village or any place, they will be recording, oh God, it was very dirty and this happened and we went there and there was cement to sleep, for example. Or then we went inside and there was no proper chair to sit down and the chair was so hard and my back started aching. All these things they will remember. And then what happened? Oh God, I couldn't get realization. Everything that bad. You see, just like newspaper, all bad news. But to a person who is a realized soul in a real way, he doesn't see, you don't smell anything dirty. You always smell something good. You never smell, you do not think of anything dirty. Everywhere you go, it's beautiful. Even if you see just a sand, you see the pattern. Even if you see a barren hill. I saw some people who had gone, I said, look at the beauty of these hills in Maharashtra. They said, Mother, what is the beauty? It's not covered with trees. I said, that's the beauty. Just see the pattern. They couldn't see the patterns that I was seeing. But if you ask me, what is this hill? I also know that. Because I know the patterns of all the hills, how it has moved, how it has made patterns and things like that. Because they don't see that. You see, they cannot see the beauty. Because they are looking out for defects. Or relatively, you see, English trees are better than, say, XYZ trees. So then this is not better. The relative this time. But you are at absolute point, you are getting the absolute of everything. Everything is your own. What is there to judge?
Mataji, should we use any techniques to try and train our attention?
Technique.
Techniques?
He's asking me a question. Should we use any technique to put our attention? Yes, there are many techniques, as you know, in Sahaja Yoga. As Namdev has said, that a boy is flying a kite in the sky. And he's talking to everyone. He's listening to everyone. He's playing with his friends around. But his attention is on the kite. Try to put your attention to your spirit. Simple. In everything. If you try to just put your attention to your spirit, now you can do it. Because you have gone inside. Your attention has gone inside. It will work. Just it's the vibrations. Now put not like this, like that. Your attention is much better, but they are all worried when they go back to these advertising companies, what will happen? Like their countries are real nothing but advertisement. This, that. Just see to the Mother Earth. To control your attention is the best, is to see the Mother Earth. Sahaja Yoga techniques are very simple, spontaneous and living techniques. It is not something very difficult.
We live in a country here which was inhabited by the Aboriginal people who, she says, understood these things. Do you have any knowledge or feelings about these people?
Very much. The names are like Paramata. Paramata means the primordial mother. So many words are the rock of airs is nothing but Ganesha himself. You see, this is the land of Muladhara Chakra. You don't know what a land you are living in. Whatever you may try, you cannot lose your innocence in this country. It's a country of innocence. You will keep it, a bit of it, because it's a country of innocence. You will see all that. It's a very great country. It's described in the Puranas in ancient times that there was one great saint who committed some mistake, and he was thrown out in the sky, and God said, all right, now I allow you to go away from here, but I give you a boon again because you are a great man, that you will create your own heavens here, and that's the Southern Cross. It's called Trishanku in Sanskrit language. So you are great people. You don't know you are born on a very great soil. This is the Muladhara itself, the first chakra, where Sri Ganesha, the innocence, resides.
And it's red as rock, huh?
Yes, rock. When you get the corals, that's the stone of the Muladhara chakra. That's the stone. So whatever you may try, Australians, you cannot lose your innate innocence. Try all these English Western tricks, all American tricks, French tricks, try them. But you cannot. I'm sure of that.
What is achieved once this awakening happens? I mean, why are we better for it?
You see, like as I told you, that you are like a light, which is not enlightened. But when you are enlightened, what happens to you? You see the light. In the light, you see yourself. All confusion is finished. You know the truth. And you feel so blissful and happy because you know everything. There's no chaos, nothing. You are so relaxed. And the power starts flowing through you all the time. It is never lost. And you see in that light whatever is good and whatever is bad. And you understand everything so well. And when you become the light, what do? Is to give light to others so that they should be enlightened also. But this dead light cannot give light to others in such a way that that can give light to others. But you can. Once you are realized, you can make others enlightened and they can make others enlightened. The whole confusion, the problem of disintegration, the problem of all these quarrels and these political problems and these economic problems and religion, everything will subside. Absolutely, when you are enlightened. Human beings have to be enlightened. Because they are in darkness, that's why all these problems are there.
The heaven that is so talked about in religious books.
That's it. That is promised is to be now brought in. And apart from that, everything they have said is to be proved. All that is the job Sahaja Yoga has to do. That's why it's a Mahayoga. It's the great yoga.
How long is it going to take us to get there?
See, it depends on human beings, how they work it out. That's all. It's for them to decide now. You see, they have to take a decision. That's the only problem where God cannot cross over. He has given you freedom. He's not going to take away your freedom. Now, let's see. I'm sure human beings are going to work out faster. They're going to be much wiser.
Especially if you're in a dead end, right?
Huh?
two very interesting thoughts come to my head at this particular point. One, is it through being realized that one gets a little knowledge of what's on the other side of death, as it were? And two, whether one really, through this realization, finds a little bit of God inside oneself.
That's the point. Second point is correct, that you find God within yourself. Then your priorities change about your knowing about things. You don't want to know what is beyond life because you come in the present. You're not worried about the past or the future. But of course, that also you know, because gradually when your vision improves, you start seeing what happens after death, because you see the patients coming to you and you start seeing they're possessed and their spirits and this and that, and they're possessed by the spirits, and then you talk to them and you find out such a lot about them, what all that is. So that also comes to you as an experimentation with your truth that you have found out. But the main thing that happens to you is that you start feeling that universality within you. You just start feeling in the sense that it becomes a part and parcel of your awareness. Just a part and parcel of your awareness. As a human being now, you have a special awareness, say, for flowers. You have awareness for cleanliness, but animals don't have. In the same way, you go to a point where you just become aware of that you start feeling them around. You start feeling even what is right and wrong. For example, if I tell people this is sin, then they will do it 100 times, all right? But if I give them realization, they will not just do it because they know it is, because they start seeing it. Like in the night, you see, I'm sleeping in this room and there's a snake up here. And somebody says there's a snake. I'll say, no, I can't see it. It's not there. I can't see it. But if you put on the light, I'll just know it's a snake and I'll run away from it. We can also fix up, you see, some of the chakras of others very easily. Simple, not difficult. If they try to be very nasty with us, you see, supposing somebody is very nasty and all the time insulting, you just can write the name of the person and give him bandhan. He'll not talk so much. You'll see that.
What is a bandhan?
Bandhan is what we call it's a bondage of love. Bondage is a bondage you put of love to that person. Then he stops talking. You want to do something to someone, better try. हाथ में जैसे किसी का नाम आपने लिख लिया, लिखने के बाद झूठ मूठ का उसको इस तरह से घुमा देने से, और 3 बार माँ, माताजी, जो भी कहना चाहो, श्री माताजी कहना चाहो तो ऐसे करके 3 बार उसे निकाल के फेंक दीजिए। अब ये प्रेम की शक्ति आप इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, हाथ से आपके ये प्रेम की शक्ति बह रही है, उस आदमी के हृदय में आपके प्रति एक सहानुभूति और प्रेम आ जाए। अभी तक तो हम लोगों ने द्वेष की शक्ति इस्तेमाल करी, घृणा की करी, कंपटीशन की करी है, ये प्रेम की शक्ति। ऐसे करने से आपको खुद ही हल्कापन महसूस होगा। You see, Bhaga means 6 things altogether. They are the 6 attributes of God. And Bhagavati is the power of God. That's why she's called as that. 6 basic attributes of God. First is innocence. Second is creativity. Third is the one which nourishes welfare. You see, if you put the gardener and the Mother Earth together, then what is the quality of them? Is nourishment, growth, looking after, and everything called as palanhar. The one in English must be a word somewhere. The patron. Patron? But patron doesn't mean all that, isn't it? Huh? Husbandry. Husbandry is a funny word. Something like that. Huh? But it is also maternal, you see? Huh? Guardian is only in control. See, all these things put together is called as Palanhar. The one. Sustenance is also there. But the kindness, the control, the looking after, the weeding out, all the beauties of that. And the enjoyment of seeing your fish and the growth. One who makes our growth possible. Then he is Almighty. Almighty. Nobody is more powerful than him. He is the most powerful. And he is the encompasser. He encompasses everything. He is all pervading and he knows it. Sarvagya. He knows everything. Omnipotent. Omniscient. This is Bhagavan. And Bhagavati is the power of God. Without Bhagavati, God has no meaning. It's like moon and moonlight. It's like sun and sunlight. You cannot differentiate. They are just one and same. Adi Shakti is the same as Bhagavan. She is called by many names. One of them is Nirmala also. Born realized are the people who were realized long time back before they were born in this lifetime. So they clear out much faster than you do. Because they have done the clearing before also. So they clear out very fast. They normally do not take to all the perversions and all the temptations that you take to. And they are very different type of people. They are unique and cynical because when they are born they find the rest of them are going the other way and they don't know how to deal with the others. Because they don't know how to deal with the others and deal with the situation, they become cynical and they have their own ideas, and maybe these born realized might develop their ego also quite a lot. Normally they do not take to temptations, normally. But if they go to it, they will see to it that they have it fully. And while you people have a very great capacity for one thing, because you know your realization, it happened in your own awareness. When you were aware of it, you saw the happening. So you understand the value of it. Supposing you are born in a rich family, then you don't understand the value of richness. But supposing you are not born in a rich family and suddenly you get a lot of riches, then you can compare what I was and what I was not, what I am. In the same way, in Sahaja Yoga, when you are not realized and you get realization, you can compare. And then the value of realization is much greater for a Sahaja Yogi than for just a realized soul. Some realized souls also may understand, but they are more individualistic. They are not so much collective as you people are. Secondly, because you have gone through that in this lifetime and in your own memory, all the wrong things you have done, you have much more compassion and understanding for other people who have got these things. While these who are realized people do not have much of that patience for others, and they have their own way of doing things. If they come to Sahaja Yoga, they could be very dynamic and very great, no doubt. But they will not take to Sahaja Yoga easily because they think we are all right. Why should we accept anything else now? Because sort of they are satisfied people. But they cannot help the humanity unless and until they learn the thing. Like a man, say, who's very clever, very intelligent, is a child born, very intelligent. He doesn't like to go to a school. But he misses all the other things of the school, the discipline of the school, the complete knowledge of the school. He may be all right, I know he's quite intelligent, but he lacks all that, which one can get it in a school in a proper way. Apart from that, he lacks that companionship with me. Because I've given you realization, so you feel me much more than they can. Supposing a child is born to a mother, and the child has not seen the mother, then that child cannot have that feeling for a mother as you people can have. So this is the greatest thing that you have got. And if the realized, born realized also try to stick on to Sahaja Yoga, they will also develop the same feeling. And then the joy starts pouring in because you start seeing how your mother looks after you at every moment, how she creates play and how she creates magic. Because you forget your mother when I have not given you realization, you forget her. You think, oh, I'm already realized, sort of thing comes in. No, it cannot be. You see, now take a profession of any kind that you have. You have to do it in a sahaja manner, that you don't too much deliberately plan it and think about it. It will come your way. If you believe that the whole cosmos is trying to help, the whole cosmos will bring forth everything before you, and it will work out. It's you don't have to do much effort to think about it. What should I choose? Whether I should take this or whether I should take that. Only thing what you have to do is to just to see for yourself that you are watching and seeing an opportunity coming to you, and allow the opportunity to appear before you. It does. Don't have to deliberately bother your head what to take, what to do. That you need not. It will just be there. You'll be amazed how it works. I'll give you an example. Recently, there's one Mr. Hari Jairam. He is a mediocre, I would say. He's not a very great scientist or anything, but it is physics, MSc or something. And he was not doing very well. As such, he was just mediocre. Suddenly, he discovered a switch by which he could change the waves of the microwave thing or something. And he didn't know how he discovered it. He was quite amazed. And they gave him a promotion, everything. And they said that you have to come and give a lecture about it. And he didn't know how he did it. So he telephoned to me, Mother, please tell me how you did it. I said, you just close your eyes, think of me, and give a lecture. And he was amazed how he could explain everything. It's a question of how far you are surrendered, how far you are one with the divine. It all works out. Don't have to do deliberations much. Don't have to worry too much about things. It all come your way. Because you have now entered into the kingdom of God. Right? Everything is looked after. Can't imagine how small things it works out. How in details it works out. It's very surprising. Not for me, for everyone. For everyone. And they tell me, well, I don't know how it has worked out. So when you are dissolved in that ocean, it is that ocean which takes you up and down and enjoy. That's all. So you should leave it to that ocean to decide for you. This question is something if you ask what time a primule comes into the being of a seed. It's something like that. That a human being, when he dies, as I have told you before, he does not die fully. Only a part of him dies, which is mostly the earth element. And the rest of the elements remain there. The rest of the body disappears, and we can't see it because it is not a complete human form. It goes on decreasing in size, and the Kundalini leaves the body and stays outside the body. And the Atma, what we call the spirit, also leaves the body and stays outside the body, which is the remaining body. The constitution of this new body is different from our constitution. We can say a light that is extinguished has all the body except for the light. But the light goes out of that body. In the same way, in a human being who dies, the spirit and the Kundalini leave the body, but they are around that body. And it's a great procedure that follows, which is fantastic. It's unbelievable how the body disappears into different elements also. When did the chakras then are in the body embedded? They exist in the body and they go on existing. Of course, they get corrected every time the body takes birth and goes into a new seed. And the Kundalini also. Every birth you are born is watching as to what you are doing, how your chakras are developing, how it is working out. And through the method of balancing you or parasympathetic system, or you can call universal unconscious, the chakras are brought to its proper shape and to its proper condition by evolution. A man makes mistakes, he makes searches, he searches from one place to another. For example, he may start search in money, then he starts his search in power, then he starts his search in love, the carnal love, or he may start his search in some emotional expressions, then in art, and all those things. Ultimately, he finds that the search has not been all right because he has not been able to achieve any state of joyous existence. And because such, these chakras go on evolving and understanding. Now we have to know that these chakras are absolutely living entities. Because when a person is supposed to be dead, that time all the deities are not in the working state. But the living man has the chakras which has got the deities which work out the different functions of the chakras. It's a very, very subtle working, and these can be called as the reflecting mirrors at different levels of our awareness, where the deities which are placed in the primordial being, the Virata, are reflected. And they, once awakened, start working out the plans of the divine. Body. Chakras exist within you. Chakras is a place. They just exist within you. No. They are in the body only. They are in the body. The body is like a seed. You see, you become like a seed. But they are potent. You can't see them. Chakra is a space. No. You see, when it is something like a light going out and the tube is still there, it's like that, the Kundalini, but it stays on top of the head of the person. Only difference is supposing the light goes out and stays nearby. You see, the potential is there in the light. It is like the place for the light to pass is there.
I've been always worried about the people in the United States have been impressed from the time they were small children that the individual counts more than the group. If we have been stressing this, how can you be a collective if you're an individual and the group does not count? And I have been worrying about that.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll tell you what. The individual has to grow to understand that you are collective. When the individual really grows up, becomes the spirit, it realizes that it is the spirit. Because they are still children, not grown. They are not yet grown people. They are not grown-ups. When you grow, means you develop. When you evolve to your maximum state, you become the spirit and you realize that you are collective. It's not lecturing. It's not talking. It's realization itself. When you become the spirit, spirit is the collective being within you. And in a way you are, in a way. Why are you bothered about Afghanistan? Why are you worried about Vietnam? Everywhere you go, you create problems. But you are worried about it. But when you really evolve, you become the spirit. And when you become the spirit, you are collective automatically. You start feeling others. You start feeling others' chakras. What can you do? You become. So the complete individuation is complete collectivity.
sympathy and compassion towards other Sahajogis who have problems with negativity?
Now, sympathy and compassion. Sympathy doesn't get involved, then it's compassion. Sympathy, means share, pati means pathos. If you want to share the pathos of another person, then you are sympathizing with that person. Now, supposing somebody's husband is dead. Now, that person is crying a lot. You also go and sit down and cry louder than her. Then people will ask, did your husband die or her husband die? No, I'm just showing sympathy, This is lip sympathy, of course. Another is maybe the heartfelt sympathy. When it is heartfelt, then you don't cry. Then you develop the opposite force to put that person right. What do you say to that person? You should say, see, now if you are born, you are going to die. Everybody is going to die. That's the system. Now, two persons never die together. This gentleman who has died now is your husband, all right. But now if you start crying like this, he won't have any peace. He'll be hovering around you. And he might be in limbo, waiting for you to come there. Or something like that. So no use crying over him. On the contrary, you should say, I'm all right. Don't worry about me. I'm all right. Get your realization as I've got it. This is the opposite force that you put. This is a real way of helping that person. But the compassion is very different. Compassion just flows. It doesn't say anything. Even you don't see me. Even if you are in the hospital, you know I'm with you. It works. Even if you just think of me, it works. Even if you make some mistakes, you know Mother will forgive. That's compassion. Compassion is just flow. You don't talk about it, don't say anything. It just flows and covers you completely. And you enjoy that. That's compassion. It works. Sympathy doesn't work. Compassion works. It suits you. It's a very beautiful touch of love, affection, kindness, protection. And you feel so confident that you are under the protection of the divine. So this compassion has not to be shown or to be dealt with. Now supposing another Sahaj Yogi is having a problem. We have only two problems. As I say, how many turns there are in London? Only two, left or right. In the same way, there are two problems, either left or right. If it is the left one or the right one, you know, right one you have to beat with the shoes, that's all finished. You don't have to go and say anything to the person if he has right problems. Now, if he has the left problem, what do? You need not go and talk to that person. You have a bandhan. You can burn the name, you can do what you like. But you need not face the person. You need not tell the person that I'm helping you. I'm trying to do something for you. That's wrong. That's ignorance. You don't have to say that. It just works. It has to work by itself. I don't tell you that I'm going to help you in any way, do I? Nothing of the kind. Wherever you are, you know I'm with you. All the time. In the same way, this compassion will work whether you're sitting down here, if you're beating somebody with shoes, that person will come round. So there are only two problems. One is the left or the right. If you try to sympathize with any one of them, you are in trouble. So best thing is not to directly help them, but indirectly. Not to tell them that you are helping. Not even mention it to them. The concern is the point. The concern about a person. Your attention should go there. Your attention is very active. It's a very powerful thing you have got now. Your attention acts. Just put your attention to that person with a concern, but no involvement. That is compassion. You have got it. You have got the power of compassion in your attention now. You haven't used it. Without taking any credit for it, without showing it, without confronting it, just inside yourself, you feel it. It will work out. But for that, you have to cleanse your own attention. That's very important. If your attention is loose, tight, if your connection is not all right, then it won't work out. But if you have that kind of an attention, which is silent, which is witnessing, which is not involved, it's dynamic. It works. All of you have to become like me. I'm sure you all can. And achieve that caliber of compassion. All right? Do you follow now? Thank you.
Mother, how is it that we can develop our compassion?
Compassion is by enjoying compassion itself. Now you better sit down and think, what should I do to express my compassion to this person? All right. Let us plan out this way. As we plan out our money, let us plan out our compassion. So now how to express? Like me, you see. I play lots of tricks of my compassion. And it is very beautiful, you know, the way people react to it. And it works out. It works out. So you should plan it out beautifully how to play your compassion. And God has given you brains, but have a heart. Pour into it and you'll enjoy it related. I'll tell you how once I worked on a very great soul called Gagangad Maharaj. It's an interesting story. This Gagangad Maharaj used to live on a hilltop, and he would never see people, in a very angry type of a man. He's John the Baptist, and all his legs and hands were broken, and he travels on a tiger, very hot tempered. Went to see him, and every surgeon was saying, "Why are you going to a guru?" I said, "See his vibrations." So I climbed all the way to see him, and it was raining heavily. And he's supposed to be in charge of rains. He can control the rains. You see, he's a big, powerful man. And the rain would not stop. It was pouring and pouring and pouring. I got completely drenched by the time I reached there. I was very angry. You see, sitting on a block of stones, he was just going on like this with anger. I was smiling at him, and I went and sat in his little cave. So he came back. He said, Mother, why did you not allow me to control the rain? Was that to kill my ego? I said, no, not at all. I never did that. He said, but why didn't you stop the rain? Why didn't you allow me to stop the rain? We are all drenched. So now see how I played the compassion on him. I said, see, you're a sannyasi, isn't it? And you bought a sari for me. I can't take a sari from a sannyasi. So I have to get drenched. Otherwise, I'll have no excuse. And the whole temper went away. He just fell at my feet and started crying. I said, what love? And I said, there's another point. That the water was flowing on my body and was completely covering all these beautiful hills and dales. And tomorrow you'll have all the greenery lush there for you to enjoy, isn't it? What does it matter for me? Rain or no rain makes no difference to me. I'm quite all right. And he brought out a beautiful sari for me there. I said, you knew about the sari? I said, I knew. I said, how? I said, love knows everything, doesn't it? Love gives you eyes, ears, everything. Try to forgive others. Allow your love to flow. If God had not loved you, He would not have given you realization. First of all, forgive yourself. And then you'll be able to forgive others. All right? Already your hearts are opening.
He'd like to know how to develop self-confidence without developing the ego.
See, this is in Sahaja Yoga, you do not rationalize anything. And you do not think about it. But you work it out. And the working of it's so simple that people really don't take to it. Like other day, I received a letter, yesterday only, received a letter from Australia that 2 people felt that they were getting a heart attack. So they didn't know what to do. So they put my shoes on top of their heads and they got all right. It's fine. So in Sahaja, whatever is to be done is not to be done mentally. That's one thing people don't realize. Everything we do mentally. But what you have to do is to feel your vibrations on the photograph. You may think you are defiant, you may not be. You may think you have ego, you may not be. So now you see on the photograph itself. Forget about judging yourself. Mentally, forget. Now you put your left hand towards the photograph. See if there are vibrations coming in. Then put your right hand towards the photograph. See if the vibrations are coming. Now, if in both the hands the vibrations are the same, you are in the center. If there is disparity, then you adjust it just by giving a bandhan. As if your body and yourself being has become a tool into your hands. Like all this is dead and you are the living master. And you know how to screw which screw to turn. By all these methods, by Nirmala Vidya, you become the spirit. And then you don't think. All these vidyas may look very silly sometimes. But it helps, definitely it works. It definitely works. And for that reason, you must become experts in Nirmala Vidya. Then you don't become ego or super ego. You become the spirit.
conscious. Conscious. Conscious is the thing that gives you origin, is the balancing force. Conscious is the one that is sustainer. That's the one that's all the time giving you balance. That is within you. As I said, there is a religion within you. So the conscious is there. So we are very good at feeling it every moment.
This question has been asked many a times. That once you feel the cool breeze, are you a realized soul? Once you are born as a human being, you are a human being, isn't it? Then you don't become an animal. But you can. If you again go and live with other animals, you can. Supposing a human being becomes friendly, gets friendly, say with monkeys, he'll start behaving like monkeys. But if he lives with human beings and develops himself and matures himself, then he becomes a good, matured human being. For a human being to be all right, he has to learn the ways and methods of the sustenance of his human qualities. Every human being who walks about is not a human being according to me. Some of them are monkeys, some are donkeys. Yes, to me they look like that. Without their outer appearances, the way they talk, the way they behave, the way they are. And some of them are like, we can say, jackals and things like that. Some are so aggressive and some are so secretive, just like Scorpios and like other animals which just crawl up from some hole, they'll appear. See, all these things are so dominantly there that though they have got the human form, that past is still so dominantly there that you see nothing but a snake coming out from somewhere just hissing at you. So when you touch it, what do you touch? You touch this divine power which is surrounding you. That is the cool breeze you are feeling. Just you have touched it now. But your past is so great and you are identified with so many other things and there are so many other problems with you that you have to come out of it completely. Like as I have said, that the egg has to become the bird. Now once the egg is broken, must be a bird inside, otherwise it won't break. But the bird has to come out of the egg fully, otherwise stuck with all the things that are in the egg. So some of the SAHAJA have been, who just came out and flew, spread their wings beautifully. I've seen that. But some are still sticking on because some of them think that SAHAJA is here to solve their physical problems or their family problems or their somebody's problems. You see, they're stuck up.
At our level of human understanding, is it possible for us to understand why was this world created?
I think you leave it to God. That is his whim. You see, he is above us, and we cannot ask questions to him. It is his whim. He wanted to create. He created. He created it to create you people, to see his own image in you. He wanted to have his own children enter into his kingdom. That was his sweet desire. Any father has the same desire, that he creates the kingdom for his own children and he wants them to enjoy. Now you won't go and ask your father, why did you create us? He just wants you to enjoy his blessings, all his powers.
Are we going to have so much freedom that eventually we'll destroy ourselves?
Oh, you can never destroy. It's God's creation. He has created you. And He's not the one who is going to destroy His own creation. You don't do anything whatsoever. You just don't do anything. You see, this is a wrong impression human beings have got that they do. What they do is a dead work. Something is dead. Now see, the flowers are dead, so you have arranged them. The tree is dead, so I made a furniture. That's all. Dead to the dead. Any living work can you do? Any living work? Nothing. Only after realization you can do it. By awakening the Kundalini. Then you can do it. Then you are entitled. You become the master.
And then we can create things?
Yes, of course. You start creating. You start creating a new awareness in a personality by raising the Kundalini.
What's about our logic, about the books, the culture, and all these things? Does it not have any value?
You see, one should understand in its right sense. You see, when we are thoughtless, not that we cannot have thoughts, but thoughts do not invade us. We are free people. If we want to think, we can think. But if we don't want to think, we can stop thinking. That is thoughtless awareness, first of all. Secondly, the inspiration comes to us only in thoughtless awareness. Then the third thing is the culture is of the spirit which comes in us, which is a universal culture. All right. Now, people are saying that you must give up this, you must give up that. There's nothing to be given up. If you give up, still you stick on to that. I've known people who are very much stuck, but they think they have given up. Like I'll tell you, some people came to see me, they wanted to use our ships for some purpose. And they said that they came in an ascetic dress, and they said, Mother, you are supposed to be a holy person, but you are sitting in all luxury and all this. How are you a holy person? We have given up our houses, we have given up our cars, given up this, given up that. I said, all right. In this house or anything which is with me is equal to the dust particle of God Almighty, of His feet. You can pick up anything, but should be equal. They started looking around. They have not given up anything. They have given up stones. A detachment develops within yourself. I don't know if you have heard the story of Raja Janaka, whose guru was Ashtavakra. Raja Janaka was the father-in-law of Sri Ram. This Raja Janaka was a king, and all the saints used to bow to him. So one fellow asked his guru, why is it you bow to this king? He is a king, and what is so great? He said, he's the only one who can give realization, and he's so high. So he sent one of his disciples, his name was Nachiketa, to Raja Janaka. Raja Janaka told him, no, you can ask anything, but I'll not give you self-realization. He said, no, sir, I must have it. I want to know about myself. So he said, all right. So first he took him with himself to have a bath in the river. I mean, many tests he took, but lastly, And there he was having his bath, while people came and told that, sir, he was meditating. He was in thoughtless awareness, just enjoying himself. And they came and told that your palace is on fire. Still he was meditating. Then they came and told him that now all the family is running away from the palace. Still he was meditating. Then they said the fire is coming here and will burn everything that you have. Now this fellow ran out and he clutched his clothes because he thought this will be all burned. But he was still meditating. And then when he opened his eyes, he saw nothing has happened. I know nothing has happened. And it's nothing important to me. So the detachment is within. It's not without. You don't have to announce it. It is within. It's something that you do everything. As I knew, I am a grandmother, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, my husband was holding a very big position, all that I did everything. But there's a kind of a detachment about it. And this detachment can only be possible if you develop your spiritual powers. When your spirit shines, you see everything is useless and fruitless. But by giving up things, by renouncing things, you are just pampering your ego by saying, I've given up this, I've given up that. The other day I met a Buddhist who was a seeker. He was all shaved off, his hair was shaved off. And he said, Mother, I am not only shaved off, but I am now a bankrupt. I said, why? Because I was giving all my money, everything to this Buddhist organization. And now I'm bankrupt. And I don't know what to do with myself. I said, how can you pay? God doesn't understand money, no? He doesn't understand banking. It's your headache. You have made money, you have made banks, you have made these houses. What is there if you give up or don't give up? What difference does it make? It's your doing. All right? So the detachment must come from within. And that is so automatic. It's a state which will